obsessed with how good this project came out. Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Carrie. Today I'm super excited to share this DIY Father's Day project that you can make really easily using the WeCreat Vision laser engraver and cutter. I made this cutting board as a gift for my husband for Father's Day. It's a split dad monogram with our kids' names inside. I'm going to walk you through the entire process step by step so you can learn how to laser engrave cutting boards with your WeCreat. The WeCreat Vision is awesome for creating high quality projects that you can either gift or sell with your craft business. When I first got my WeCreat, I didn't have much laser engraving experience, but this machine is so easy to use and beginner friendly, it's been blowing me away with the results. Seriously, look how professional this looks. It's perfect. In today's video, I'll also be unboxing and assembling the new WeCreat booster fan. This cutting board takes around an hour to engrave, and that generates a lot of smoke. I thought that this would be the perfect opportunity to put my new WeCreat booster fan to the test and see how good it works. I'll also be comparing the WeCreat booster fan to a cheaper 4-inch inline duct fan from Amazon that I was previously using to see if it's actually any better. I'm super excited because my new 40-watt WeCreat laser should be coming this week, and with double the power, that should cut my laser engraving time in half. Make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss out on me putting the brand new 40-watt WeCreat laser to the test as soon as I can get my hands on it. We've got a lot to cover, so hit that like and subscribe button and let's dive in. So here's the cutting board that we'll be laser engraving today. I picked up this 12 by 18 inch acacia wood cutting board at Ocean State Job Lot for just $12.99. Similar cutting boards are selling for nearly $80 on Etsy. That's a huge profit margin. They're cheap to buy, easy to make, and you can sell it for a lot of money. That makes it the perfect laser engraving project to sell in my book. I'll definitely be posting these for sale in my local town forums and on my Etsy store once I figure out the best way to ship them. I'm going to put my cutting board inside the machine before I open the software. Because of the size of the cutting board and the placement of the camera, you can't get a full view of it inside the software. So I came up with a little hack to help me see the center of the cutting board in the software. The first thing that I want to do is find the center of this cutting board so that I can see it in the WeCreat MakeIt software. So I'm going to use this ruler and a little piece of chalk to make an X right in the center. I'm not going to make it the whole length of the wood, just a little bit in the middle. So there's our center, and we'll remove the chalk after. Carefully place your cutting board inside the machine, making sure not to bump the laser head. Then close the lid. Now let's move over to the computer so I can show you how to design the project. I got the split dad design in the pretty heart font for this project from Fabrica. They're my go-to place for most of my fonts and designs. They have hundreds of thousands of fonts and SVGs, perfect for laser engraving and cutting. No, they did not sponsor this video or pay me to say that. I just really love their website and I use them for everything. If you want to try them out for free, you can sign up for a free 1-month trial through the link down below in my video description. We're going to open up the WeCreat software and click New Project. You can see it right here on our screen. This is the center of our board. So you want to make sure that our design is centered right here on the X. This right here is a design that I want to use. If you have their all access subscription, all you have to do is click the big green download button, open up the zip file, select the SVG. We're going to right click and save it. Then go back to the WeCreat software and click upload, select your file and click open. Drag this out. Make sure it's nice and center with your X, and then we can fill in the middle with names. You can see here they have this really pretty font. This is the font that I want to use, so I'm going to click download, open up the zip file, double click, and click install. Now we're going to go back to the WeCreat software. Now we're going to search for that font. It should be a system font because we installed it. The font's not showing up, so I probably have to refresh the software. So first I want to save my project. So go to File, Save As. Then I'm going to close the software and reopen it. We're going to go to File, Open, and select that project where we saved it. And click Open. We can refresh the camera to make the cutting board show up. Select our text. Now let's look for that font. So click System and search for Litha. And there we go. So I'm going to type out Sierra And I need to go to the character map because that's how we find all of these really cool special heart characters. So you want to go to the start button and type in character map. And then on this drop down menu, you can search for your font. You want this to say Unicode, and then click Unicode subrange, and then scroll to the bottom and click private use characters. You probably have to scroll about halfway down, and now you can see all of these really cute hearts. They're connected to the letters, so you have to find the one that's connected to the letter you want. So I have to find the S right here. So click select and then copy, then go back to the WeCreat software. We're gonna delete the first S and click Control V to paste it. Now for the A, we have to find the connecting heart. So go back to the character map and look for the A that connects. So right there, gotta delete this first S and then click select, copy, then go back to the WeCreat software, delete the A, and then Control V to paste. Then I'm gonna write B-A-R-R-E-T, and then the last T needs to have the heart. So go back to the character map and look for the T with the heart on the end. So right there, so let's delete the A, click select, copy, and then Control V to paste. Now we can click all of this and weld it together so that you don't have these little slice marks in between each letter. Now it's one nice long continuous design. So I'm going to shrink it down so that it fits in between the split monogram. I'm going to highlight everything and make it all a little bit bigger. As long as your A is center with that X, you'll know it's center on the machine. You can see right here on the end, the end of this heart is going to be cut off. So you have to shrink it down enough so that it doesn't go off of the board. I think that looks perfect. So now we're going to highlight everything and select Fill Engrave. For power, I'm going to do 100. And for speed, I'm also going to do 100. Now we're going to autofocus. So now we're going to go up and click Start. It estimates that our project is going to take 1 hour and 8 minutes to cut. So then click Send. Before I click send, I want to hook up my new WeCreat booster fan since this is going to be cutting for an hour. So let's go unbox this bad boy. To help with ventilation, I used to use a 4-inch inline duct fan from Amazon, which looks similar but was a lot cheaper at $46 compared to this $150 WeCreat fan. But I want to see if the WeCreat booster fan is worth the extra money or if you're just paying for an overpriced brand name. Right here we've got the speed controller. You can adjust the speed of the fan with the dial. These are the hoses that connect to each end of the booster fan. One connects the machine to the fan and the other goes from the fan to the window. We've got some hose clamps to connect those two hoses. And this is the piece that goes out the window. This is the actual booster fan. And now I'm going to check out these instructions and show you how to put it all together. You can see this arrow right here. It shows you the direction that the air is going to flow. So you want to take this hose clamp and wrap it around your hose. And then connect this to the booster fan. Slide the hose clamp down and then we're going to tighten it with our flathead screwdriver. This is a speed controller and this gets plugged into this little hole right here. And then the hose to the WeCreat connects to this end. It came with this extra little piece of hosing, but I don't need it because I have the hosing that came with the WeCreat. So I'll just save this in case I need it someday in the future. And this is a piece that's going to be going out of your window. It has this little flap that will stay closed if the machine is not in use, and then when it's blowing, it flaps open. We're going to take another hose clamp and slide it over this hose. Then connect the hose to this piece. This is a really snug fit, so you have to pull it really tight. Slide that hose clamp back down and screw it tight just like we did before. Now we're going to connect the hose from the WeCreat to this piece. I have a quick clamp hose clamp that I'm going to use, but you can use the one that came with the fan if you prefer. This is the one that came with it. You screw it in. I really like this style because you just pinch it. It's good if you have multiple laser engravers so you can swap it out real quick. So we're going to put this big end out of the window. If you wanted to try to get a good seal, you could fill the gap with pillows or blankets. You could also do something like this where you use a hole saw and cut out a circle in a piece of wood and then slide this into your window. This is what I did previously, but I need to cut a bigger hole for this new fan. And by me, I mean my husband. Another idea is you could take a piece of styrofoam like this from the Dollar Tree and then cut it and make a circle and pop that in the window. I'm going to turn the machine on for a minute so you can see how much smoke builds up inside the machine without the fan on. You can see without the booster fan you get quite a lot of smoke buildup. I can also smell a lot of smoke in my room. You really don't want to be breathing in smoke, so that's why it's good to have a good exhaust system with your laser. Now let's plug in the booster fan and turn it on. This is blowing really hard right now. You can see the flap is wide open. Look at my curtain. See it blowing the curtain? It has a really nice fan. While our cutting board engraves, I'm going to share my thoughts on this new booster fan. Initially, I was skeptical and thought that the WeCreat booster fan might just be an overpriced brand name, but after testing it, I'm pleasantly surprised. The WeCreat fan works significantly better than my old Amazon inline duct fan. You can really feel the difference when you put your hand over the end of the hose. I like how this WeCreat fan has an adjustment dial, unlike the Amazon fan, which only has high and low speeds. Although I can't imagine setting it to anything other than high. I was curious if the WeCreat fan actually had more power, so I looked up the specs and compared them. Here's what I found. The Amazon fan moves air at 76 CFM, while the WeCreat fan moves air at 146 CFM. The speed on the Amazon fan ranges from 2,550 to 2,750 RPM, compared to the WeCreat speed, which is 7,500 RPM. That's a huge difference right there with almost triple the RPM. The Amazon fan has a high system airflow of 114 to 129 cubic meters per hour compared to WeCreat's high system airflow rate, which is 249 cubic meters per hour. So double in that department too. A booster fan may cost more, but in this case, you definitely get what you pay for. The smoke and smell cleared up instantly once I plugged in the booster fan. This came out so amazing. I can't believe I made that. The engraving looks so nice and dark. It burned deep into the wood, but not too deep. It's perfect. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more WeCreat projects and tutorials. Don't forget to check out the links in the video description for the WeCreat Vision, the booster fan, and other materials that I used today. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.